Hi guys, I'm back in my little cupboard under the stairs. It is Tuesday the 5th of April and it is 10 to 5 in the afternoon. So I've not been logging from work. Poppy's been with her dad for the day. We're on Easter holidays. And so she has been out and about and running lots and eating lots. So she's just tucked away quietly watching TV. How are you all doing? I hope everyone is well. Don't have massive amounts of cross stitch to show you, but you know, I've got a new start. I'm pretty sure I didn't start it in my new video or show you in my last video. I've got a freebie that I had that I was kindly gifted. And some progress on a couple of other pieces, some good progress. So yeah, so just realised I missed some kits out that I needed to show you. Yeah, sorry, just had a complete brain fart. So yes, there's not home-wise life. There's not really much been going on. Kind of just really getting the house ready for moving. Looks like my brother will be buying. I'm in a shared ownership. I can't remember how much I've explained this before. So I'm in a shared ownership, which is for anyone that doesn't know what that is. So I own 50% of this house. So I have a mortgage on 50% and then I rent the other 50%. And it's a scheme that's done, I'm guessing all up and down the UK, to help people sort of get onto the property ladder. So my brother is selling his flat. He will buy the other 50% of the house. So I will go on the mortgage with him. We'll do it together. So essentially we will then own 100% of the house. We don't have to rent no more. I will move in with Dave, with Poppy, and he moves in here. So he will be moving from like a 2-bedroom flat to the house. He still can't afford the mortgage, I don't think, for what it would be. So I've said that I will be happy to give him £200 a month to put towards the mortgage. And then what that will do is, just, you know, instead of me putting £200 into savings, I'm just putting it still back into the property, and I'll take it back out of equity, and I'll get it back that way with a little bit of interest or something like that, if he ever wants to buy my half out or sells the property or something. You know, and then that way I've still kind of got a little bit of a safety net if it doesn't all work out. Sorry, I got a message. And yeah, and we'll go from there. So we're in the process of doing all that. I think we've got a meeting with his mortgage advisor tomorrow over Zoom. So I have to download Zoom after I've done this message. Probably wait till Poppy's in bed. I hate having to like download and sign up to stuff, and you can't ever just use anything. You got to create an account, and oh god, it annoys me. So yeah, done quite a bit of reading, and that's about it really. I've had some days off with Dave, that's been quite nice, but we've not been gone anywhere. We are on Easter holidays now in the UK, so I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, which is lovely. No fixed plans really, other than potentially going to a zoo. A newish zoo that sort of opened up by Dave's, and that's about it really at the minute. Weather's not looking great, so potentially like a walk on Friday with my aunt and my cousin's boy, but I think that's going to be sort of weather permitting. Yeah, that's about it really. Quite boring. So not really boring, just I'll say uneventful. I shouldn't sell myself short like that. Calm, peaceful life at the moment, which, if you've been with me since the beginning, is very much loved and enjoyed and what I need. So yeah, so what we've got going on. So my WIPGOs this month, well, they didn't get done. Nowhere near. So I had my Eagles, my Heaven and Earth, Together We Stand, piece, and the planets. So the Eagles is pretty much white on white, and just at the area that I'm at the moment. And the planets, when I tried to stitch that in the evenings, was just a nightmare. It was, I couldn't see the holes. Both pieces I need natural daylight on. Obviously I'm not going to get that during the week because I'm at work. By the time I get to the evening, I tried stitching. I think I got like a couple of days on the planets, but it became real effort to stitch on it and such a pain that I was just like, no, do you know what, I'm not enjoying it. I'm not going to stitch this. So the plan is then when I get to Dave's, I'm going to get a craft light and I'll have to make up those days, which I'll do. That's not a problem. Or now the racing has started again. So Dave, I talked about it last year, but Dave is a mechanic for the British touring cars in his spare time. He only does the race weekends. So now that has started back up on the 23rd of April, I'll get my Sundays back to myself again. And if I'm not doing anything and I can just sit upstairs in my bedroom while Poppy's with her dad, then yeah, I can use those Sundays to catch up on those days. Or, you know, or if I get annual leave during the week, you know, it might be tomorrow, you know, while Poppy's watching telly or having breakfast, I can do a little bit of stitching or something like that on one of them. But yeah, I did get, talking about WIPGOs, another day in my positivity rules. I haven't got that with me, but it wasn't a massive amount of progress from when you last saw it. It was just a bit more of the grey in the roof. So I think I've got 1 day left on positivity. I think I've got 1 day left in the sister bookmark. And then I can colour those squares in. And then yeah, like 10 days of the Eagles, and I think 8 days of the planets. And I am carrying over something else as well. I can't remember what, but yeah, there we go. And I kind of lost my stitchy bug a little bit in last month. So last month I kind of also just wanted to stitch. I think I was a bit frustrated that I didn't have the equipment to be able to stitch what I wanted to stitch or needed to stitch, and it then became a chore, which then makes you not enjoy it. But I don't want to fork out for a nice lamp and light now when I've not really got the space for it. And you know, in a few months I can buy a really nice one potentially. So if anyone's got any recommendations for lights, that would be really helpful. I did use like a headlamp. I did try using a headlamp, and that helped a little bit when I was doing the planets, but it hurt after a while and I look like a miner. So yeah, so I did work on, because it was a nice and easy one, called Mountain Scene. So this one, oh sorry, this is one that I've got no idea what I'm going to do with it after. I just loved the kind of Scandinavian feel about it. I quite like the idea of maybe stitching it up like it is in this video, in the magazine. Oh, sorry. I just, you know what? Those trees, these, and I'll show you in a little while. These look quite yellow to me, and I was like, I've stitched them, and I'm sure that's green. And I just for a minute, then I was like, oh my god, did I get the wrong colours? But yeah, I quite like to make it up how it is there. I think get rid of the glare. Here we go. Maybe. I don't know how. I don't know if someone knows. Would this have been mounted onto something to make it hang straight, like a light mount board or something like that? Do you do that? And to get that shape, do you just cut it into that shape? I don't know. So yeah, if anyone's got any advice on that, that would be great. And this is where I got with it. So I done a little bit more on this blue border coming down. Done, so let's try and move the light. Done the red tree, and then yeah, started on the green, which does look quite yellow. I suppose it is a bit of a yellowy greeny colour, baby poo colour, on the flower. So this was just really nice and easy when you're not really kind of in a stitchy mood, but you kind of want to stitch because you feel bad because you're not stitching. This is just like a really good one to do because it's just all block colours. So much fabric. Yeah, it's just nice big block bulky colours. So this one will be just for me. I am stitching it on, I think, just a 14 count Ada. I think it's 14, might be 16. No, probably 14. Ada, that would have been scrap. I've not ever bought Ada, I don't think. And then just the DMC colours that's called for. I might find as I go along I've switched some colours out, something similar, if I didn't have had it at the time, but this has been kitted up a while, I think. So I think it's pretty much everything that is called for. Sorry if you can hear all that noise. The other one I stitched on was an Emma Condon design. In fact, the only other thing that I stitched on, I think. Which Dave got me this book for Christmas, I think it was. Yeah, for Christmas. And I managed to get the other book. Is it for the Soul? Cross Stitch for the Soul, for a £5. I don't know if anyone ever saw them. It was all over the cross stitch groups. The Works were doing the books for a £5. And she's a new one coming out as well, like Cross Stitch for the Heart or something like that. And those designs look really, really good. So I'm looking forward to that coming out. Although I'll be in no rush for it. I'll probably wait until the Works put it down to a £5 again, if they do. There's so many in here that I just love. I'll be quite, you know, happy to stitch. So I am stitching Don't Drop Trash in the Splash. So this wow one here, of course it's a wow. If anyone knows me, knows I love my wows, especially orcas, but just anything. And I'm kind of on this, trying to be as eco-friendly and lose my plastic waste and recycle and stuff as much as possible. So a fair amount done on this, really. When you last saw it, I don't think I had any of the wowling, and it does actually look like a wow. So, and of course you're gonna need Little Mermaid and Prince Eric. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't look now. I don't even know if that's the words, but yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I like that. I like that you can see the wowling, that's these eyes and eye. Again, and because it's just one colour that I was stitching in, again, it's just something that when you're not really in the mood, but you wanna, I want it to stitch so that I would get back into the mood. Yeah, that was just a nice easy one. So I put a potential finish. I thought that was going to be a finish actually for this video, but alas, it was not meant to be. But yeah, so WIPGO this month is some good ones. I will go and grab it. If I was any good, I would cut this bit out, but I'm not. So stand by, stand by, stand by. still here. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm still here. I'm still here. Oh god, I nearly fell. So is my floral pea, my peppermint purple blackwork piece. So I done yesterday on it, and I finished the pea. So I done this top bit and about to here. So stitched the rest of the pea up, this bit here, and then started on this pattern here, which I will probably finish off tonight. I love this. I love stitching on this. It stitches up so easy. Like, it doesn't take long, and then you've got like genuine progress that you can see. So I'm hoping the next time you see this, there'll be quite a bit of progress on it, but we'll see. We'll see. I have got quite a busy April. The next one is my Santa Sparkle. So it's a Christmas one, but I don't mind. I don't mind. So I've only got the chart. There we go. And that sort of, and that little bit there, you can sort of see him a bit made up. So yeah, so 10 days in him. So that's what I'm doing for my WIPGO, 10 days on each project that's called. I've done quite a bit on, he was one of my, I think he was one of my last WIPGOs for last year. Oh yeah, he was. So he was, I had to do the 1000 stitches in red, and so I'd done quite a lot on his hat. So that was, and I think I had one for blue, so I'll probably use this for, there we go, sorry, for the blue as well. So yeah, so last year I sort of set myself tasks, and it was like 1000 stitches in red or 1000 stitches in blue, and you know, stuff like that. I can't actually remember. I did keep my last year's WIPGO board, and this year I've just put a project in each one, in each square, and just said I'll do 10 days on each. And a day for me will be like, if I can sit down for an hour or more, then I'll class that as a day, sort of thing, you know, where you got a decent amount of time on it. So, I thought I brought my new start with me. I also got a new start of a geisha that I done. It's just one night, I just fancied this up. I can't feel it, I don't remember kitting this up in March, so you might have, unless it was right at the beginning, so maybe you've already seen it. But it was just, yeah, like a geisha that I got out of one of the magazines. When I used to subscribe to the magazines, I cut out all the charts and put them in folders, like ring binders, and put them in categories. And I got rid of most of them, but I kept the ones that for like the big charts and stuff. So yeah, but I've not done much on that. I started it, but not done much. My mum is 60 next year. She has booked herself a cruise down the Nile. So very nice. So I'd like to stitch her something. And there is an Egyptian chart that I found, that again, that I already had one from a magazine. So I am going to try and kit that up. I've sort of found, did I find fabric for it? I think I did. I've not got all the threads for it, so I need to have a good sort out of like all the CXC threads that I've got, and work out what I can use my DMC chart thing and what is going to be probably the nearest. So potentially a new start next month as well for you. I also got a little freebie. So I was approached by a company on Instagram. Let me get their name. Don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. Them on Instagram, I don't even know if it shows up. It's a bit blurry, isn't it? POVITRULYA .handmade. They've got a Etsy shop. I wonder if their Etsy shop is called the same. Oh, it is. And yeah, they just approached me and said, would you like to do a bookmark? You know, free of charge. You can pick between the flamingo and a cactus. All we ask is for some honest feedback. Oh, got itchy nose. Once you're stitching it, or as you stitch it, and tag them in the posts. So I chose the flamingo, and it says stand tall darling. So I've already decided that I probably will do this one with for Poppy. And yeah, that'll just be a nice little, I don't know, perhaps a holiday one when I go away in August. Or maybe just one, I don't know, one night I might just randomly start it or something if I fancy something different. Or you just fancy, sometimes you just fancy something small, don't you, to stitch. So yeah, so I thought that was quite cute. I've had a quick look when I've opened it up, and like, you get a good amount of, you know, a good size piece of fabric for the bookmark. I don't know why you get two pieces. I'm guessing to hide the back for all your work, and then you stitch. So it's, I mean, it's a good size. It's a good size. It comes with a needle. You got 4 instructions to show you how to do the border. I know it as a blanket stitch, I think, but they are calling it a buttonhole stitch. But I'm pretty sure I know that as a blanket stitch from when I did my quilting course. And yeah, the colours are all separated. I don't know if they're DMC or not, I don't know, but yeah, you cut, and it comes with like full instructions and stuff. So it seems like a really good quality kit. I'm really like impressed with it. I'm looking forward to starting it. Some lovely colours to stitch with, you know, regardless, all those, the pinks and reds. So I think that's going to be quite fun to stitch up. I did also have a look on their Etsy shop, and they do some I've got this thing about dinosaurs at the minute. I don't know what it is. I watched a series called Dino Hunters on National Geographic, I want to say, for some, it was set in America. People that have ranches in like Arizona and Colorado and stuff, and they are also dino hunters, and I loved it. I think I just love how old they are. I just love old stuff. And she had a really nice dinosaur one. And speaking about dinosaurs, so there is for anyone that does like dinosaurs, there is a dinosaur stitch along. Now the group is called A Stitch Back in Time, and it's a Jurassic Park inspired stitch along. Now it doesn't start until May because that is like World Dinosaur Day, and yes, it is. My cat's just jumped up. Jurassic Park inspired. So I'm just trying to find some information out for you. Ah, there we go. So they have an Etsy shop where you can get the fabric, like a fabric list or a fabric and floss set and stuff like that. It's a free stitch along. So if you've got your own fabric and your own floss, like they give you the list of the floss, which is amazing. And actually, so Lily, come on, down you get. Come on. Whoa, sorry for that. I feel like I should be. Whoa, Come on, Lily, out of the way. Oh, one moment. Where you go? You're going back that way. So I won a competition on Instagram. So thank you to Lisa S Stitches that tagged me in it, and I won 2 hand dyed flosses. So I've asked for a blue and a brown colour, and so in this you need 3 shades of brown. So they don't specify which colour numbers you need, and they just say these. Oh no, not the keyboard, not the keyboard. Just says, just say hello, hello. These should be, where am I? Oh, 3 shades of brown. These should be a darker colour, then a lighter shade, and one in the middle. Think dino colours, but also ground. So I've asked for a brown because I thought a variegated brown then would look amazing on dinosaurs, and that just solves it. And then 3 shades of blue, a darker bright, and one in between. Think water. So again, like a variegated blue would be perfect. And then it just says like 6 shades of green. These should be a dark green and a light green, and then 4 colours in between. Think think Jurassic Park colours of dinos and the woods. And then it's got, and then you don't need a lot of other colours. 973 or another brightish yellow shade. 725 or another amber shade. 666 or any other red shades. So I love that, you know, it's like you get to just make it up as you, not make it up as you go along, but you get to pick those shades. So I think what's going to be good about this, and it also tells you the size of your fabric that you need, and that everyone is going to have like a slightly different stitch along, because everyone's going to pick different shades. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I should start picking out my colours for that, really. And then I've got to remember the group. There's another stitch along that I saw. No, not Simply. It's a group 4 stitch alongs. Oh my, just 4 stitch alongs. I'm so annoyed. Oh, and I can't remember it now. I only catch it as I scroll through. And there's one that is all for different quotes, and the quotes are very similar to I'm still trying to find this group because it's so nice. I think a lot of people would probably would like it. If I can find the group before, like Stitchingly Stitch. Ah, yeah. So the group is called Stitchingly Stitch-alongs, and they have this one running at the moment, and it's inspirational quotes, and I just love it. It is 12 parts. It's $16.99, and it's very, I think, Emma Condon, but it's not. And as you can sort of see there, I'll read through the quotes, and I just love them. And I know I was going to do a stitch from stash, and don't think I've not paid out for any cross stitch materials yet. So technically I know I got that book, but I've stitched everything from stash so far. But I just love it. And so the quotes are: have enough courage to start and enough heart to finish. Be so good they can't ignore you. And underneath it tells you who done the quote. So it was like Jessica NS. I can't quite make the other one out. That be so good they can't ignore you was Steve Martin. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. A real friend is one who walks in that walks in when the rest of the world walks out. The only real mistake is one from which we learn nothing. Your time is limited. I don't know where I got lime from. I think because it's all green. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living somebody else's life. And families are like fudge, mostly sweet with a few nuts. So yeah, let's say there's 12 parts, and it goes on until the 1st of September, and I just love it. And someone has put, actually, where I found it, someone said, where can I sign up? And there is like a link. I might check the bank and go for that, because you know it's $16.99 for all parts, and I just love it. I just love them, and although I won't be stitching them anytime soon, but I just really enjoy those colours. They're nice and bright, and we can all, like, you can just make the odd one, couldn't you? And there'll be like, you know, families like fudge, mostly sweet with a few nuts, would certainly, you know, will be good for my mum or my aunt. And then, you know, a real friend is one who walks in when the rest of the world walks out, will be good for my friend and my best friend. You know, try to be a rainbow in somebody's cloud, probably, you know, something like that would be sweet and quite cute for Poppy. So yeah, I think I might do it. Might do it. $16.99 doesn't seem like a lot for 12 charts. So yeah, so that's about it really, other than TV and film. What have I watched? Not a lot. Did start Bridgerton season 2. I've only watched the first episode. It's alright. It's a bit sad that the Duke's not in it, if I'm honest. But there we go. Enjoying the Dynasty series that is on BBC One, like the new David Attenborough one. I think there's only 4. Although I'm quite excited. I've seen he is doing a new series about dinosaurs, so I'll look very much forward to that. I'm trying to think. I don't really think I've seen any film. A lot of older films. I watched When Harry Met Sally. I watched While You Were Sleeping, which not a lot of people know, that I don't think, and it's got Sandra Bullock in it, and it's a really good, cute little film. I love it. I did watch Glow Up, which is like a makeup series on Netflix. That was quite good. And I'm not a makeup, you can tell. I'm not a makeup type person at all, but it was really interesting. And then the first one would be like with makeup, like fashion makeup, but the second task would be like more body art type stuff. So that's the stuff that I found really interesting. Yeah, that's about it really. My friend told me there's a season 3 of Broadchurch. I didn't realise. I don't think I've seen. So it's only on BritBox, which is a bit like Netflix, but just all British TV, I think. So they do a 7-day trial, so I think I might sign up to it tonight to watch a couple of the episodes, and then maybe try and finish them off tomorrow, because I haven't got Poppy tomorrow night. And the other thing really is books. Read the most amazing book. Like, this one really I was taken back with. So I finished my Val McDermott book, which was part of the Tony Hill series. Loved it. It was amazing. Then I got on to Right Behind You by Lisa Gardner. Now, it's a crime novel. I love my crime books. Never heard of her before. And oh my God, this had me from like the first chapter. Within the first few pages, it does what I like, in that it flicks between the characters. So you'll have like a chapter will be from the suspect, then you'll have a chapter from a family member, then a chapter from the police, and then, you know, it might go back, or a few chapters for the police, and then you'll go back to the suspect. And I love that whilst you're also getting the suspect's point of view with it all going on, as well as the police point of view and the victim point of view, and blah blah blah. I love it. I love that sort of stuff, and that's exactly what this does. I would recommend it for anyone that loves their crime books. Yeah, so I've got her on my wish lists on Amazon. Like, I only got this out of a charity shop, so it's another name that I will look out for. I've got so many books. I said at the beginning of this year I wasn't going to buy any more books because I had enough. But that didn't work. But they all come out of charity shops, so that would have cost me like £1 or 50p. So I'm now reading The Taming of the Queen by Philippa Gregory. I love my Tudors, so I thought I read that Tudor book, didn't I, Anne Boleyn, at the beginning of the year. So I thought I would go with this after a couple of crime books just to spice it up a little bit, and something a little bit different. So I haven't really started this. Oh, it's my little poppy bookmark from a part of her school photos. I really should laminate it or something, really, because it's just going to get damaged. So yeah, I haven't really got into it, but it's about Catherine Parr has no choice when Henry VIII, a man who was buried 4 wives, commands her to marry him. As a young widow with a secret lover, Catherine knows full well the danger she faces. But Henry adores his new bride, and her trust in him grows as she unites the royal family, creates a radical study circle at the heart of the court, and rules the kingdom as regent. But is this enough to keep her safe? An independent woman with a mind of her own, and the first woman to publish under her own name in English, Catherine is an easy target for those who accuse her of heresy. The punishment is death by fire, and the king's name is on the warrant. So yeah, so Catherine Parr was his last wife. I didn't realise that they say that she was a young widow whether she was a widow when she married Henry, I'm not too sure. Must be. I always thought she was a slightly older lady. You know, it was like Catherine Howard was like 18 or something. I always thought that Catherine Parr was perhaps in her 30s or something like that, which I suppose as a bride then would have been positively ancient. Oh, I've gone all fuzzy. Refocus. Is it? Oh well. We're coming to the end. Is it going to do it? So that's it. That is it. I will try and remember to add in links and stuff to things I've talked about into this company. And yeah, thank you for watching. There we go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for lasting until the end if you have. I hope you've enjoyed my little chit chat. I'm hoping that I'll have more progress for you, maybe a finish, maybe some new starts, yeah, just a little bit more maybe, and more gossip. I should have an update for the house. Should definitely know what's going on with the house. Ugh. And yeah, and I hope you all stay well and healthy, and I'll see you all again next month. Bye bye.